long story. I got into bodybuilding in the year 2003. I'm based in Kaswa, and in the year 2003, I decided to actually flavor the entertainment of the people of Kaswa. So my flavor production at that time, actually organized Mr. and Miss Kaswa for the people of Kaswa. And for the Miss Kaswa, as usual, is a beauty pageant. And then for the Mr. Kaswa, it's got something to do with muscles, powerlifting, bodybuilding. I needed to get people to actually help in the organization of the Mr. Kaswa. So I was then training at Maximum Gym, and I knew the likes of Sabato, Mustafa, Richardson, and other stuff. And I contacted them to come and help me organize the Mr. Kaswa competition. Adolfo King was the head of the organization, and then we did a successful Mr. Kaswa and Miss Kaswa contest in 2003. The success of that event actually compelled me to do the bodybuilding on a national scale, because Adolfo King, Sabato, Mustafa were very pleased of the attraction of the competition that I actually organized. So they asked me to actually help them put up a national competition, because since 1999 there was no other national bodybuilding contest in Ghana. So we came up with the Muscle Flavor Night of Champions 2004, and then we had 10 bodybuilders nationwide competing in the Muscle Flavor Night of Champions. Now the success of the Muscle Flavor Night of Champions actually compelled me to make contact with the African Federation of Bodybuilding and then the International Federation of Bodybuilding, the IFBB, which is the biggest bodybuilding federation in the world. When we made contact with the IFBB, they said they don't want to deal with individuals. They want to deal with a nation. So we need to pick an accreditation or a note from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, stating that it is the ministry that have given us the right to organize bodybuilding and represent bodybuilding in Ghana. So we went to the then National Sports Authority CEO, Mr. Prince Odro Mensah, and then he told us that we need to do something for the National Sports Authority and the ministry to know that we are capable of handling bodybuilding in Ghana. And we did the Man Ghana 206. So then it moved from flavor production, and now we have to form a new association called the Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association, as an association that is going to represent Ghana in all bodybuilding program and project. So we did the Man Ghana 2006. That was the first edition of the Man Ghana show. We invited the National Sports Authority and then people from the Ministry of Youth and Sports. So when they came to the event, they were pleased with the level of competition and the organization. So in August 2007, they officially inaugurated the Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association, and then they gave us that letter to get affiliated to the IFBB and then the world biggest bodybuilding championship, and then the African Federation of Bodybuilding. So since then, bodybuilding have come to stay. There are various other bodybuilding competition that is happening. Bodybuilders in Ghana for the first time went to Egypt in 2006 to represent Ghana in the African Bodybuilding Championship. We've been able to participate in some world championship. And just as I said, a lot of fitness and bodybuilding activities have come up from our bringing back competitive bodybuilding in Ghana. Well, I would say the infant stage was very, very difficult, as the sole financier of the project. You have to invest a lot of money to actually change the notion of the people, where people actually feel that bodybuilding was a bully sport. But you have to let the people know that bodybuilding is an art. It's the art of bodybuilders going to the gym and then building their body to be able to present the 7 compulsory bodybuilding parts. And people get to respect bodybuilders. And in doing that, a lot of money was spent in terms of putting up shows, going to the media, convincing the media, help us project the sports bodybuilding and fitness across. So a lot of money was spent. The challenge that we faced was basically about funding, where we are being classified as one of the least financed sports or the lesser known sports, and we are not getting the financial support from the ministry, the National Sports Authority, and the infant, the media was not also giving us the attention. You have to go length and breadth before you'll be able to get the media to actually support our activity. So our main challenge over the years and now have been funding of the sports bodybuilding. Well, I would say bodybuilding, as I always say to people, is the backbone of every sporting discipline in the world. If you are a footballer, if you are an athlete, any sporting discipline that you do, you need to go into the gym and build specific body part for your specific sporting discipline. And health, fitness have got a backbone rooting through bodybuilding, because it is these bodybuilders that act as personal trainers, fitness instructors to train our ministers, the doctors, whatsoever. Is these bodybuilders that actually go and train them. So bodybuilding, as I always say, is the backbone of all sporting discipline and is key in developing a nation, because a nation that have healthy and fit people works. Now, last year was a very successful year, challenging but successful for the Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association. We had an invitation to compete in the Arnold Classic Africa. The Arnold Classic show is a show that is being put up by the great Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's putting the Arnold Classic show all over the world, in all the continents. So the African one is what we call the Arnold Classic Africa, which normally take place in South Africa. And though it is Arnold Classic Africa, it is not only having athletes from within Africa. We have athletes from all over the world competing. Last year, we were to participate in the event, and we knew that we were going to have financial support from the ministry through the National Sports Authority. At the 11th hour, about a week to go, we were disappointed. Accidentally, there was this incident of GOC taking athletes and then the hula balloon, so we're disappointed. And these athletes have put in themselves in shape, ready to go for a competition, and then there was no financial support that was going to come from the ministry. So as the president of the association, I have to fight, mobilize funds from our own pocket to really make sure that we send 7 bodybuilders to South Africa, accommodation, feeding, flight in and out, competition, participation fees and other stuff. And then, behold, all the 7 athletes that we took to South Africa, we had about 3 newcomers competing for the first time on the international stage. All the 7 had medals, and just as you rightly asked, the overall winner of the competition came from Ghana in the person of Cyril Kofi Aja. And when you win a competition like the Arnold Classic Africa, you are given what we call pro card. And in the history of Ghana bodybuilding, there is no athlete that have won the pro card before. So last year, Cyril Kofi Aja was the first athlete in Ghana to win the pro card. So as you said, we won the overall winner of the show, and then we won Ghana a pro card as well. Ghanaians genetically have good bodybuilders, but these bodybuilders are being shy away because of the lack of attention, i.e., funding, support. Because I can tell you, Siri Kofi went and then won the overall. Those athletes went represent Ghana, though we didn't go on the financial support of the nation. It got to a point when we got to South Africa, we had designed some Ghanaian shirt for the athlete to wear. The athletes wanted to refuse wearing them because they believe the nation have let them down by not giving them that needed support. When we came back, to our surprise, none of the athletes were given any recommendation or any reward and award for what they've done. The first athlete winning the overall competition, first pro card, and nobody from the ministry or National Sports Authority recognized the hard work of this athlete or myself or anybody. But hey, we move on. As in whether the media, the people in the sports writing association even recognize our efforts, we go on. But these are some of the challenges that dampen one's spirit and effort to actually propel the importance of health and fitness in the country. Well, I think if you're a bodybuilder, you're a main physique athlete, I want to encourage you to take key interest in the sport bodybuilding, because I know some bodybuilders who have actually traveled internationally through the sports bodybuilding. One athlete that I can say about is Mr. Kofi Salia. He won the Man Ghana on 4 occasions. I took Kofi to London, and Kofi, after returning from London, set up his own security company. He's employing people. It's all through the sports bodybuilding. And if you do bodybuilding, you are fit, you are healthy. And if you want to get in touch with the Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association, if you get to the Accra Sports Stadium and you ask for the secretariat of or the secretary of the Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association, you get us. However, I'm also ready to put this number 0278227777. When you call, we will actually enroll you into the sport of bodybuilding.